Good morning. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's see how my Facebook works today. If it works good, big shout out to my amazing, beautiful, incredible, intelligent, successful, glorious, and obviously a little bit confused because she married me wife, because she's the one that took care of Comcast. And so far, so good. So today, drink a coffee, one of my favorite cups. The Dabbler, the Obsessor. Apparently Comcast is still having trouble. The Dabbler, the Obsessor, and the Master. So those of you that have been hanging with me this entire time, we're coming up on 8 weeks, which is amazing. If you set some goals a while ago, chances are you made a great deal of progress right at the beginning. And now you're hitting. Sorry again about my internet. We've called. Hopefully it gets better. Tracy, good morning. Anna Marie, good morning to you. How you doing, you wicked loser? So if you set some goals a while ago and now you're moving forward, you've probably hit a dreaded plateau. And what do we mean by that? When you first start something, you get massive change, massive acceleration. So let's say you start playing a sport, then you, Anna Marie, that makes me laugh. Then you immediately start doing very, very well, very quickly. But it isn't long, and then all of a sudden your progress starts to taper off. So like, let's say you set a goal to lose some weight, and you took massive action. You changed the way that you were eating, you started exercising, you took away a lot of the junk, you started exercising pretty significantly. Well, you lost a bunch of weight very quickly. You made a great deal of progress. And then all of a sudden, you kind of started to plateau off. And in fact, a lot of times what happens is you start to go backwards a little bit in terms of your progress. Well, there's a difference between a master and an obsessor and a dabbler. So let's talk about those three things and show you how to become a master. So a dabbler starts something new, and they start it with amazing enthusiasm, and they make all of this progress. They shoot straight up. They start losing the weight, or they start doing whatever. They typically go all in, right? They typically go bananas, and they do it all. But then they hit a plateau. Then they hit a point where all of a sudden they're not making any progress. All of a sudden, they're not getting any better. And then they start to get a little bit worse. Golf is a great example of this. Most of the time when you try to get better at golf, you actually get worse before you get better. So they start to go, they make this great progress, and all of a sudden they hit a plateau, and the dabbler walks away. The dabbler moves on to the next project. It's kind of like they're focused about something shiny, right? They go on to the next shiny penny. That's what a dabbler does. So they never actually really get anywhere. They're very enthusiastic. They have a lot of goals. They take massive action, but they never follow through with regards to those things. And they spend their entire life starting new projects, but never actually getting anywhere. Now, the obsessor is a little bit different. They do the same thing, massive enthusiasm. They set their goal. They take massive action. The difference with the obsessor is when they hit the plateau, they don't give up. In fact, sometimes they even increase their efforts. But they keep hitting that plateau and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. Sometimes they change their approach. But a lot of times they just keep doing the same thing, and they just keep doing it more and harder. Remember the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, the obsessor does that. So the obsessor will just keep doing it, and it'll do more and harder and more and harder and more and harder. And occasionally they will change their approach and maybe finally break through. A lot of times they do, but it takes them forever. It takes them. So the master starts out something new, sets a goal, takes massive action, makes massive progress. Then they hit a plateau and they're not making any more progress. Now, they don't give up. They don't get upset. They don't freak out. What do? They look for a coach. The master goes out and says, okay, I've hit my plateau with the information that I have, but I haven't reached my goal. So they go and find somebody that's achieved the same result, and then they follow their pattern. They go learn from what they did. They go learn from their mistakes. So if you're losing weight and you hit a plateau, then you go, okay, what do I need to do? I need to go look at somebody else that's had this same experience, somebody else similar to me, and what can I do differently? So you find different people that have good information and you use that information and keep doing that until you reach the next level. And here's what's great. So you'll go like this, you'll plateau, you'll get a little bit worse. Let's imagine losing weight. So you lose a bunch of weight and then all of a sudden you hit a plateau, right? All right, well now you got to do something different. So you start looking around for different ideas, you start looking around for different stuff. What is it that made it so that I've stopped at this point? Sometimes that's time. But typically there's another piece of information that you can have that's going to help you. So you'll get a little bit worse. When you then break through, you get to go through another one of these chutes upward. And then you'll hit another plateau. And then what do? You go, okay, now it's time for me, because I'm a master, to look around and find more information. So you start looking around. I've hit this part. What do I got to do to go to the next level? And then what do I got to do to go to the next level? And you just keep going and going and going, climbing the mountain of success. That's why they call it the mountain of success, because that's what it's like. You hit these periods where you go up dramatically and then you go down. There's a great chart that's out there now that talks about what people think success is like, and it shows this straight line going from here to here. So like financially, 0 to 100 million. And then next to that, it says, here's what success is actually like. And it goes way up and then goes down below where you started. And then it goes up again. And then it shows you in water. And then, and that's really what it's like. You keep trying new things and then all of a sudden the approach fails. And so then you got to look around and try the other thing, try the next thing. Here's the point. When you reach a plateau, when you hit a point where all of a sudden you're not making any progress, expect that. Expect that that's going to happen. And don't get upset when it happens. Get excited, because it's time for you to learn something different when that happens. So start looking around. This is a great opportunity to say, okay, what do I need to do differently in order to achieve a greater result? And when we're going through disruptances like we are in society right now, it's the greatest opportunity to make huge strides in every direction. If you want to make strides financially, now is the time to do that. When things are burning to the ground is when you can, one, bet on them burning to the ground and make huge amounts of money, but also buy things at cheap discounts and make huge amounts of money. Now's the time when you can do those types of things. All kinds of new industries are being created right now. Obviously, Zoom, how much has that happened? If you are the one that rather than panicking right now is looking around and going, where can I fulfill a need that exists that didn't exist before? Because right now there's tons of them. There are tons of needs out there that nobody is being fulfilled because they just got created, because the world has been turned upside down. So this is one of those plateaus that is a great opportunity that doesn't come along all that often. So as you look at your goals and you're climbing this mountain of success, it's a great, glorious mountain that you get to climb. I mean, enjoy it for the rest of your life and anticipate you're going to hit these plateaus. And when you do, get excited. Look around. Find a mentor. Who's been here that can help me? And find, you can do that with books. You can do that with videos. You can do that by imagining that these people are giving you advice. There are so many people out there that have great amounts of wisdom that you can obtain in order to help you get through to the next level. So be the master, anticipate that the plateaus are coming, and when they're coming, look at that as an opportunity for growth for you and find a way to break through to the next level utilizing the concept of mirroring. That is, go find somebody else, don't reinvent the wheel, and do what they did. Have a great day, everybody. Matt, great to have you watching. Miranda, great to have you watching too. John and Andy, thank you guys very, very much. I am humbled by everybody taking part in these videos. It is my pleasure. Have a great day, everybody. Let's take care of each other out there.